What is up, everyone? I am back with another fun DIY project. Today we're building a fishing pole storage rack. So this little corner of my garage has just been an eyesore for as long as I can remember. I'm gonna build a rack kind of in between this little slot just to make the most of this space here. Top's gonna be here. We got 2 foot in between there. It's gonna be nice. So right now I'm just gonna get these poles out of here, sweep it up, get a nice clean workspace going, and go from there. All right, so nothing fancy about this rack holder I'm building. The top, I'm gonna rip a board down. I'm gonna pre-drill these holes here and then jigsaw these little slots so the tip of the rod will go in there, just sit right on that inside curve. And then the bottom is just a 2x4 I have cut here. I'm just gonna pre-drill, let's see here. I got an inch and a half spade bit on there. I'm just gonna drill about 3/4 of the way down, so half the thickness, just so it has something to hold the bottom of the pole, or it won't slide anywhere. And then for my spacing, I held up 2 poles. I grabbed 2 poles from that mess of the corner there. I just wanted to see how that would look. So I figured every 2 1/4 inches we can drill a hole. So that should fit 10 poles right in this little rack holder. And we'll see how that works. And then once all these holes are drilled, I'm just gonna set that right onto a second 2x4. Let's see here. I mean, this will be flush, but so from the side, I just needed this 2x4 here so then I could screw that right to the wall. So that's how it'll sit, right on the wall, nice and flush. Should work out pretty good. All right, so now I'm just gonna drill out the holes for the bottom of the poles. Cool. That'll work. That's how that turned out. And like I said, then I'll just screw this to here, put 3 screws on the top of there, and that's how I'm going to secure it to the wall. Perfect. Sweet. The base is all done. We'll go on the wall just like that. I'm gonna work on the top. So I cut the length to 24. I'm gonna rip it down to 3.5 to match my base width, 3.5. All right, so I cut 2 because I'm gonna do the same thing here like I did on the bottom. I'm just gonna do this. That way it'll mount to the wall from this board. All right, so just got done tracing my top here. I just lined it up with my bottom and I transferred the center of every hole onto this. So now my marks will for sure line up nice. I'm gonna get these drilled out and go from there. All right, so I did a test run on my first one and it works perfect. Drilled my hole, and then actually instead of jigsawing, I just came over here, ripped it, or actually cut it, and I kind of just leaned it up so that blade, here, let me get this set. I tilted it up, made 2 passes with this, so just under 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna do that 9 more times. All the holes are done. I'm gonna rip the little slots in each one now, just like that one. The slots are all done. Cool, this is going pretty good. All right, so my top is done. I secured the bottom board here, so this is what it looks like from the side. That'll be tacked into the wall there. So as it sits right here, this will be just like that, bottom of the pole, and then this will obviously be up more. So I'm gonna go attach it to the wall now. All right, got her over to the area where it's gonna be going on the wall. Got a couple things. I'm gonna go pretty close to the bottom. I'm only gonna be up about 7 inches or so. So that looks good. And then I'm gonna throw my level on just to make sure. I like being somewhat perfect when it comes to this stuff. Okay, I'm level there. Then I always like drawing a line. So that way, if it moves a little bit, while I'm messing around, I know I can go off that nice and level line. And then you definitely want to make sure the screws that we're using, they're 3-inch. So it'll go through this 1.5 inches, but then you want it to hit a stud. So I got a stud running here and a stud running right along here. So I'm going to be tacking just into there. And that'll be plenty. There's not a lot of weight with these poles, so that should work out perfect. 2 inches, 1.5 inches from there. Get a screw started on each side, so then when it's up, I can just boom, boom. Okay. So, I like that. Nice. Right on my line. Oh yeah, that's nice and sturdy. Okay, bottom's in. Oh, this is cool. And then I'm probably gonna go, let me adjust this a little bit. I'm gonna, let's see here, what's, trying to figure out average height of my fishing poles here. So maybe, so it can catch that. Maybe I'll go somewhere in there. Cool. All right, same thing. Grab my level. Make my line again. And then go with my stud lines. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Boom, boom. Sweet. Now I'm gonna put a couple poles on there just to see how they fit in there. All right, this is sweet, nice and organized. Just sitting in that back little cusp there, just like I wanted them to. Cool. And like I was saying, a lot of these poles don't have reels on them because they're all on our ice fishing poles, but I love this. Fishing rod holder that holds 10 poles right here. All right, that was another fun DIY project. I thought you guys would find this kind of funny. Just got done building the rod holder. I look on my shelf and I find this cool little fishing rod holder. So either be good at building these fun projects or just remember what you buy. Oh my gosh. Luckily I still have some extra poles left over, so I will use this, but that is funny. As soon as I got done with that rod holder, I find an actual rod holder that I bought and totally forgot about it. Thanks for watching, guys.